What what kind of what if would I do that would bring me back to my past? And my past was I'm a reader. I love reading. Now, I was like, okay, what could I do a what if on that's mainstream enough that I won't get some oh yeah, but not too mainstream where people already know what kind of like shape or form I might do. So this is what if Percy Jackson had the eyes of a demon. Now, I'm going to give the rules to it and the description, but there's also other things to it. Now, the eyes of the demon is just if you I'll show literally the picture will show it's a slit. It's just a slit. It's like Karama's eyes basically. It's just a slit where the eyes were basically just there. Now the abilities in the eyes will upgrade, but right now it basically just multiplies his like defense, attack, uh, and every other ability multiply that by 2, and there you go. Now, as we love, if you feel any, and let's actually, yeah, let's start the what if you're sleepless god over here. I should probably rename myself that. Well, the sleepless god. You'll if you get a new video, that'll be my new name, the sleepless god. I just thought of that shit. I'm a fucking poem. But let's start the what if. Uh, Now the what if starts with a young boy. Black hair, blue eyes, uh, in kind of this like rundown like area of the city. Like it's a city, but it's like out the outskirts. Now, when you and it's like a hotel, but it's like run down. And you see like the bricks, like it's kind of falling apart, and you just see this like one only like kind of stable bedroom left, and you just see vines everywhere, everywhere. As you kind of see this like young boy with like 3 potions on his belt, like he's 11 or 12. I think he was 12. He was 12 when the series started. Yeah, so you see this very young male with like potions on his belt and like a black cloak. Like it looks like fur. It almost looks like dog fur. Like a giant like wolf or hound fur around his around his around himself. Now, like the cloak is way too big for the child himself. And you see him he has like a band shirt on that's like ripped to shreds, and you see him like in the corner kind of wheezing. Kind of you see like almost like this like green oobs. Like you see like you see like these green oobs around like a tear in his shirt as he kind of leaning against like this wall that is covered in vines. I mean, covered from head to toe in very strong, very like vines that's kind of wrapping around himself and kind of just like enveloping him. And it feels like it's kind of like it's like they're a part of him. They're kind of like trying to protect him, but also trying to keep him warm and comfortable as he's just like passed the fuck out. As he's like has scratches that are getting that are like you see like they're like scratch marks, but they're like covered in this like green stuff that is like slowly healing it or doing something to it you don't really know. As you get kind of this, you go into the boy's mind and you just see what he sees is yeah. Actually, let's get into the viewpoint of he's I'm gonna I'm gonna dream. He says to himself over and over again, I'm in a dream, I'm in a dream, and I'm in a dream. Uh, he's running through. He sees 100 monsters in front of him as he smiles, as he rips every single one of them apart, piece by piece by piece, until there's too much for him, as he gets ripped from shreds, as he hears this like dark and evil voice say, "You're never awake." As he wakes up and he says, "Fuck." As he sees the vines around him, he just, that's enough. I'm awake. As the potions kind of tingle, as he looks at him, and he's like, he gets up and he's like, bad decision, bad fucking decision. As he just sits right back down. He's like, duh, fuck, shit. Last time I tried to save the locals, god damn. Oof. As he remembered, like 3 to 4 hours ago, as monsters were attacking him. I think it was. I'm gonna call them. They're like goblins, but they're like red faced, and they have kind of like, they're kind of like more scroungers, and they're called myskopies. And the myskopies are basically just like they're deep down in the underworld. I'm gonna make new animals that are not part of Greek mythology at all because I want to, and you can't stop me. You think you could stop me? You could try. You could fucking try. That's what I could. But they're like small little animals that are very like, they have like red flesh in them, and they're very scroungers. They try to like armor themselves up because their own bodies are very weak, and if they get fully armored, they're actually kind of tough. But he's been taking them down for years now. The only reason he there was a lot of them, and he had to protect people. He's like, I gotta get going, I gotta get moving, and I gotta, because if you stay, like, he's like, if I stay in one area for too long, bad shit happens. As he grabs like one of the moss vines that's hanging a little looser, he just pulls himself up, and he's like, okay. Whew. Is this what pregnancy feels like? As he sits back on the bed, and he's like, as he rips off one of the vines, and he makes it, as it feels like it looks like it's really stiff, really quickly, and it kind of like curves as he like grabs this like really weird sword because it's bright green, like straight, like it looks like the same thing he did with the cane, like the moss that he just, like the vine that he just grabbed, he made a sword out of it, and he just chops like the edge off, the pointy edge part, and he kind of like loosens it up at the very top, pulls it down, kind of curves it a little bit, and makes a cane, and he kind of just picks himself up and he just starts, like he looks like fucked up, kind of like he looks like he's good because of the moss, like the mossy shit that's like covering his wounds are healing it, but he looks like he's fucked up. He looks like he's royally fucked up. As he kind of like, as the vines just start like retreating from the door, and he kicks it down, and he's like, "Oh, oof, 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 oof. That was a bad idea. That was a terrible idea. Why did I even think of that?" And he just starts using the cane, kind of like leveling himself, kind of just like making himself. And he gets out of the hotel. And if I didn't tell you, he's in the outer parts of the city. He's in like he's on like the very edge of the city where no one gives a shit about. Like there's like bad town, and there's like abandoned town. Like no one gives a shit about this place. Mostly because uh it was giant, but like there's portions of it is just dead. it's just dead. Because no one gives a shit about it anymore. It just stopped. Like, there was businesses, but people started moving inner the city because that's where their jobs were at, and those businesses were plummeting. The businesses who were getting their customers were slowly dropping from funds, and they gone bankrupt, and they had to sell their business. And who took over their business? No one. They couldn't sell their business. No one wanted it. They sold the property, and people bought the property, but no one did it with it. Like, some companies did some stuff, but like not a lot of people did with it. So he kind of just starts, like, he has a shirt that literally says, "Have a fun time at Theme Park Land." Like, that's his shirt. That's the shirt. And it's ripped apart. It's teared. And it says, "Have a fun time at Theme Park Land, where dreams come true." And the dreams part is kind of ripped off. So it just says, "Welcome to Theme Park Land, where blah come true." And he just like walking with his cane. And he's kind of just, he kind of starts walking and walking and walking. You kind of see the city goes away, and you see just sidewalks. Like, he just, not sidewalk. You see just roads and roads, not rows. And it just sees like giant highways and like shit like that just coming out of the city, and you see it's everywhere. He walks another mile before he has to like literally stop, or he is going to pass out because of pain. He's literally going to pass out because of the pain. He kind of just, he's gotten far enough where you don't see any of the traffic. There's like one road, and he's kind of wheeled off from that, and he's going, and he's just like, I need to make camp or something. I need to make myself safe or something, because I know if I get attacked and I'm not going to wake up and I'm going to die. And he kind of just grabs his cane, and he's just like, he's gripping it, and he's like, I don't. As he kind of gets on the tree, and he just puts the cane near him, and he grabs his mossy sword, he pulls it out. Not mossy, but like it looks weird as shit. If I haven't mentioned it, it's like bright, like it's weirdly green, and he pulls it out, and he just like holds it in one of his hands, as you just see these vines, and he just grabs the tree, and there's just vines wrap around these three trees that were connected, three trees that are very close to each other, and kind of just makes this round fortress of areas. And he's just like, he kind of just, like, he doesn't make a fire, he doesn't even grab food. Like, he doesn't seem like he has food. And then he just grabs out of his pouch some berries, and he just starts eating them. As he's just laying on this it's weird because it's very rough, like on the corners where it's wrapped around the trees itself, it's like more loose and more shapen, and it can it can hold it will take a couple slashers. So like Midori could wake up, not Midori, fucking Percy will wake up, and he just says, fuck. And in his head he's like, why am I going this way? Why am I moving this? As you kind of see more with the moonlight, that his face is like he has like small scratches, like one right here, and a little scratch on his other cheek, like two, like one little scratch below his eye, and a little bit bigger scratch from his cheek, and you kind of see you can see that his arm pops out, and you just see like these scratches and these marks and these ribs, and you see from his belt that he has like this like dark thing in a crystal that's running around in circles. He's like he picks it up and he says, "I can't use you. I'm too weak. If I pulled you out, that would use all my power, and I will be dead." And he just tops it out, and he just says, and you just see kind of like, and you see like the green stuff that was covering his wounds. They're like sizzling just a little bit. You didn't notice this before. There's a little bit like sizzle in it, like a little bit. Like you could just see like a little bit, like like when like a fire started and you can see like just like a little bit of like a red flames just around it, and he's just like, oh god, oh shit. Whoa. He's like, oh, I feel like I'm gonna puke. Oh fuck. He's like squinting and he's like, I can use myself. Fucking locals. He's just tired and he slowly starts just falling asleep as he passes out, as he wakes up to see nothing broken, no defenses destroyed, but to see a fully grown man, a cop, uh, like a cop, a cop, uh, uh, with a medic right next to him, like touching the boy, trying to figure out if he's alive or dead, and fucking Percy, goes into self-defense mode, and instantly jumps up, reaches for his blade, tries to grab his blade, realizes it's not there, grabs his like fake ass cane, going for the fucking like smack, but he's like fucking ribs his arm. The slashes on his arms just start roasting in flames. He's like, like they feel like they're burning, and his ribs, like the scratches on his ribs are like, oh shit. And he's just got on one knee, and he's just like, oh shit, oh no, oh god. And the police officer backs up and pulls out a taser. He's like, get on the ground, boy. Hey, fuck, Percy's. Who the fuck are you to tell me to get on the ground? You try to hit a police officer. I don't know the fuck you are, but guess what? If you woke up with a guy standing over you and you don't know what the frick is happening, would you try to protect yourself too? He's like, he lowers his taser because that makes perfect fucking sense. And he gets up by his cane and he's like, my ribs. He's like, can I have my weapon back? He's like, the police officer, he instantly saw the boy and said, okay, the weapon, like it was on his like, he kind of like let go of it a little bit, so it was on his chest. He's like, why are you walking away? Why are you walking, young boy, with a weapon? He's like, it's the Force. He's trying to explain himself, and he's like, okay, what would a normal boy say? The fuck? Why would a normal boy walk around the forest with a knife? And he's just like, well, there's dangerous animals in the forest, like bears and shit like that, and fucking monsters, like the the bull like you saw, like years ago. So it's just dangerous things in the forest. And he's like, where's your parents? And he's just like, oh, I kind of just walked away from them. I know where they're at. I just kind of, it was the middle of the night. I was walking. I accidentally just fell asleep by this tree. I know where I need to go. And he's like, what is this, like, wrapping around? Because they see, like, the wrapping around the tree, and they think, oh, this must just be natural phenomenon or something because of the mist, if you don't know. And he's like, but can I have my knife back? And he's like, uh, uh, he's just like, do you want to answer some questions? And he instantly looked at him and said, maybe later at a different time. But he's like, can I have my knife back though? Because it's personally mine and it's my property. You cannot steal my property without proper evidence. And he's like, yes, yes, talk like other adults do. Please, as a cop and like the paramedic, the paramedic instantly just says, give him his knife back. And the police officer like looks at the paramedic and he's like, okay, I trust your judgment. He gives him the knife back. He puts it back. But the paramedic does say, you have to stay here though. It's like he's like, what? He's like, you have scratches on your body and you are ripped up from shreds, but they don't see the cloak. That's just disappeared. It looks for them. It looks like a normal jacket, but it looks like it's like a normal jacket, like a black jacket. He's like you are ripped up. You had to be attacked by something or have scratch marks somewhere. Like, and the police officer like, yeah. You have no right to understand why I am like this. He's like, yeah, I do. If I see a injured person, I have the full right to ask questions about why are they injured. Oh, fuck, they do. They don't. Do they? He doesn't fucking know. He doesn't. He's like, fuck off. And he just starts walking away with this game. He starts limping away. And he's like, the paramedic grabs his shoulder. And he's like, this is assault. As like Midoriya, like just with the grab of the shoulder, his arm just starts tensing up. And he's like, shit, ooh, ooh, that fucking hurts, like a piece of shit. And he's like the paramedic is like, we have to bring you to a hospital. Where's your parents? Like we have to call them or something. He's like, do you know where your parents are? He's like, yeah. Just up this hill, I'll go grab them. And the paramedic grabs his like jacket, and he's like, no, like he's knowing, like if he let him go up this hill, two things: he's not gonna make it because of his injuries, or that boy is going to run away. And he's like, well, the cop will go up there, and like, uh, do it, and we'll stay up here. Well, okay, you don't have a phone on you, don't you? She's like, yeah, I don't have a phone. I didn't think I was gonna need it. It's like, this is back when the phones were not really like a big thing. But like, we don't know, you don't have a phone. I'm guessing by your clothes itself. Saying the literal shirt that says, have a fun time, blah blah blah, and he's like, yeah, I don't have a phone, it's too expensive. He's like, yeah, okay, I understand. We'll send the police officer up there. And he's like, the police officer starts walking up the hill, and he makes it all the way up the hill and like a little bit over it, and he's like, the paramedic been asking him a question, but he's like dodging them like shit. It's like, so where did you get these injuries from? You know, just nature. You know, like I see you, like there was bear, like see you're eating these berries. You know, like are they safe? Yeah, they're fine. I see you are kind of like, your sneakers are a little worn down. Like, where did that from? He's like, yeah, just, running and shit like that. He's not giving him like a steady answer. He's like, oh, you just, not that big a deal. Yeah, it's just fine. And then when the cop just barely makes it over the hill, and he still has, he's like, dumb motherfuckers, you should have never given my cane back. And I fucking smacked the paramedic in the face with the cane, knocking him the hell out. Actually stumbling him back, let's say. Stumbling him back, and then he just starts fucking chucking it down. All fucking signs of pain gone. He still hurts like, oh shit, oh fuck, oh god, like, but he's basting down the hill. And the police officer is like, there's no one up here. And sees this like 12-year-old child bolting it down the hill with like this fully grown adult male. Actually, let's say she's a woman. A woman, like actually a male. He's like covered like and he looks over and he just sees like Percy is just sprinting down the hill. What? Just gone. He's oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. He's like because Percy's a badass, and he has killed like the things that you haven't seen is like the chain from his belt, that are just covered with teeth. Like some are really massive, some of them are like horns and shit like that. And he's like sprinting down this hill, screaming in his head, "I hate social engagements." Like just remembering back, way back when he was 5 years old, when his mother, actually when he's 6 years old, when his mother brought him to a party, and there was a bunch of famous people there, like ex presidents, like Hall of Famers, like amazing basketball stars, and he's just like, "How do you know them all, mommy?" He's like, "All mutual friends," and he's like, when as he's running down this hill, it's like, "I get it now." God damn it, mutual friends, my ass. And he just says, "I always hated social engagements." After that, as he's running, as he gets to like this, he gets to a street, and he's just running by the street. He's like, "Oh shit!" And he's like jumps over a car, and he's just running. And as the cop's like, "We got a 445." We got a 1062. I'm gonna say 1062 is basically a child on the run, don't know parents, catch but do not harm, basic shit. We got a 1062 and a 444. And a 444 is basically the same, just add on to that, and it's basically, I don't know no cop shit. So I'm just making this up shit as possible. And it's 444 is basically just injured too, don't hurt too badly. As he's running, as he just like, he makes it to like kind of like, he passes like 2 lanes of traffic, and he's like, oh fuck, as he like jumps over this fucking car, and he rolls, he's like, ooh, shouldn't have done that. And he grabs his cane, and he like jumps over this like wall, over, like, actually, no, he jumps over like this metal framing that is trying to keep all the cars over, and he runs through the second lane of traffic, and he jumps over that, and you just see like train tracks and like open field, and he's running. As he's running, the cop is not even near him because he was up the hill at the time, and Percy's quicker as shit. He's like, even with his energy, he runs past the train tracks, and he starts sprinting as you just see another cop car like dirt roading this shit just pull up on the dirt road and get up with like tasers and shit like that, and they're like, kid, please stop running, as he just runs away. This is some like fucking bullshit ass, and he's just like, ah shit, ah shit, ah shit the entire time, and he says, ah shit. As he's just trying to get some like tree areas or something where he can like trip people up with, and he's running, and the cops are like they're not creeping up, but with his injuries they're creeping up. Yeah, they're creeping up slowly, and he's like, okay, what can I do? And he's making a little like vine, just a little vine, and it trips one of the cops up. He's like, okay, that's good. Okay, that's one cop, and he just starts running. Like the cop in front, he just trips that motherfucker up, and he's just running, and he's running, and he stops, and he's like, fuck. As he reach this like cave, as he's running up this hill, as actually wait, no cave, no nothing. He's running up this hill, as one of his wounds open. Holy shit. One of his wounds open, and he's just like, fuck. I'm not gonna survive this shit, but I'm not going to juvie for smacking someone in the face who who tried to help me, but I have to run, and he's just like, no one would understand who I am, and he's just running and running and running as his just wound, and then another, like his arm wound opens now, and he's like, fuck, and as he runs over the hill, and he starts running down the hill to like this dirt road area, where it's like dirt road, a river, and then over the river, there's this like tiny little incline, and then another dirt hill, and it's like another city. On the like it's another like it's like a little town after that, and there's like a it's like a road, and then like a and then there's like a little bridge, and he's like he. I have to explain this a lot, but there's like there's like a little bridge leading to the city, like right next to it. As he's just like sprinting away, he looks at the river. He's like, perfect. That could help me out in multiple different ways. As he as he's just running, and he's just like, okay. As he's just bleeding, he's like holding his wound, and he's running slower, and the cop's getting closer and closer and closer until he's right there, and he jumps into the river, and he realizes this shit is not that deep. So he jumps in, and he just starts like it's deep, but it's like he could touch the bottom deep. Like not on tippy toes, like straight up his height deep. So I'm gonna say like he's 12, so 5 foot deep. And he just starts swimming. As his wounds, like the water, this is salt water still, but it's water. So I start like cleaning his wounds and starts like clogging them up. Not clogging them up, but like stopping them from bleeding and kind of just like making them just peel. Not peel. What am I talking about? Just like stay like his arm wound stops bleeding and his side wound starts stopping. He makes it to the edge, and the cop got a little more worse, and he starts pulling him down. So he got pushed back to the other lane, and he starts running. And he just hears sirens as another cop pulls up on the street by like he's running to the he's kind of running to this like bridge to like get on the like to get over on the main road and start like go all the way around and like make it to this like smallish city. He's trying to get to the road like because he goes it goes river, so he's trying to run up like this kind of incline to get to like the city itself, and you just see he gots up to the incline, and you just see this cop pull up. You just see this cop pull up. He just opens his car and just tases them. He looks at him, and he pulls up. He's like he's like finally perfect for him, as he like tases it as a cop pulls up. Both of them get out. He's like, get on your hands and knees, because he doesn't know what the fucking situation's happening. And Percy's like, not this again. So he runs to the cops, and they like shoot their tasers. Now Percy's like, this is slow as shit. So he dodges one of the tasers. He dodges the other one. He jumps over the cop car. He kind of, because the incline goes up to a hill. So he dodges that, and he starts running to the city. And like one of they both start running, but they're like, damn, he must be a like Olympic athlete level of like strong, because he's outrunning them pace by pace. And then he just starts running and running and running, and he almost like made it to the city, and was gonna like dip to an alley or somewhere and like beat the cops. And then like a fucking like kid at the age of like 7 with his mother pops up, and he's like shit he's running full speed too, So he like twists his body, like spins around them. By doing that, he hits a pole in his face. He's like, he spins around like, good, good, we're good. And he just fucking hits his head on a fucking pole. He's like, ah. He hits his head on a pole really hard. And he's like, starts stumbling. He starts seeing too. He's like, the mom's like, are you okay? As the police officers catch up to him and just tackle him down to the ground. And this will be the end of what if Percy Jackson had the eyes of a demon. Now, I know you didn't see any demon eyes, but trust me, this is just like funny atmosphere to get to like the final part. So, okay. See you guys later. Have a fun time. Subscribe, comment down below, like if you want to. If you don't, I don't give a shit. Thank you very much for the 2 subscribers that I have. I know it's like 2 subscribers. You fucking loser. I don't give a shit. Love you guys. See you guys later. I know it's like 2 subscribers. You fucking loser.